Hello, everybody. My name is Claire, and welcome to Get Stuff, the live quarantine-safe scavenger hunt, utilizing your very own home/bunker. Thank you so much for tuning in. Allow me to explain how our game works. I have a series of scavenger hunt challenges that I will present to our 3 mystery contestants. They have 1 minute to complete each challenge by finding an item that best fits the category within their home. We will then take it to the audience in the YouTube live chat room, that's you watching, and they're going to vote for a winner or call for a tiebreaker. For our final rounds, our contestants are going to have around 2 minutes to complete a more complex challenge. Let's get ready to meet our contestants. Let's see who we're playing with today. Hello!
Hello!
How's it going, ladies? I have 3 fantastic Seattle drag queens with us today. We have Eucalypstick, Rowan, Ruthless, and Jane Don't. Ladies, how are you doing?
Stunning.
Doing good. I'm
Good.
feeling ready to win.
Good. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah. Eucalypstick, what are you sipping out of right now? What is that?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked. It's just my little mobile phone. You know, if you want to ring me, you can, but I'll be a little busy.
It's so good. I feel like that's already an early flex in the game to be showing off that stuff. So, challenge accepted. Yeah, absolutely. To the 3. So, drag shows have been moving largely or entirely online right now with Miss Rona that we have going on right now. How has the drag community kind of like adjusted to what's happening right now with quarantine? Jane, you want to answer that? Like, what's the deal with drag right now generally in the city?
I mean, lots of stuff. I feel like actually drag artists were some of the, my day job was in the arts, and so before I got laid off. And more so than like almost any other artists, I feel like drag artists jumped online really quickly and figured that out. So people have been doing like Instagram live shows, which are fun because they're a mess. Complete every time without fail. And then a lot of people have been doing like Twitch stuff. People been get really good at the Twitch. So like Our Place, for instance, does tonight is actually doing their like Twitch stream. It's like Twitch/Our Place TV. I don't know. I don't work for them, but they are doing that. The girls are on Twitch.
Okay, fantastic. And how do the 3 of you all know each other? Rowan, how do you know these 2 queens?
Fate brought us together. We all started drag, and then Jane wanted to take over the world, and she has, and Yuka is the hostess with the mostest, honestly. So.
Fantastic.
Around.
Yuka is present.
She's here.
Excellent. Well, I can't wait to like get to know all of your personas and play this game. For those of you watching, if you're interested already in these 3 queens and you're like, I must know these people, who are they? You can follow them. Jane Don't is at janedon't.jpg.jpg on Instagram. Rowan Ruthless is at the Queen Rowan on Instagram, and Eucalypstick is at Eucalypstick on Instagram. So definitely go look them up. Give them a follow, make them, get all that clout that we love and know. Are we ready to play this game? Do you want to do this thing?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Just to remind everybody of the rules, I'm going to throw up a category, and you all have 1 minute to go find this item within your homes. And then you'll present it, and the chat is going to decide who wins. Are we ready to get some stuff? All right, the first category in 3, 2, 1. Define your drag persona in one item. All right, everybody, we are watching Get Stuff. We've got 3 fantastic queens who are playing with us today, and the music you're hearing right now is by a band called Acid Tongue. They're a local Seattle band, and they have a record called Bullies that is out now. Oh my gosh. You're back already. That was like nothing for you.
You'll see why. It's a little embarrassing.
Wow. It's not a race. That was within 15 seconds. That was insane. Okay, all the ladies are back. You really do. Okay, so I want to know about all of your drag personas, and I also want to know, Eucalypstick, why you came back within essentially 10 seconds. Eucalypstick, I'm going to go with you first. What do you have for me?
Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad you asked. I brought a roll of toilet paper, which I don't think will be a surprise to any of the girls. I feel like I consider myself a poopy queen. I love poop jokes, and I think that it's important to have like I don't know, like a shitty sense of humor when you're on stage. And so I brought a little roll of toilet paper, which is hard to come by these days. So I think this is a special one.
Yeah, and how does this define you as a queen? Like what does, okay, first of all, Jane and Rowan, is this like a surprise to you at all, or is this like, yeah, of course?
No, absolutely not. This is very on brand.
What is a poopy queen? I can't believe I'm even saying that. What does that mean?
So many poop jokes.
Yeah, I just love it. I love a good poop joke. Jane, go. You tell.
Well, I was gonna say it's sort of a rose because, Yuka loves making poop jokes. And one time, our friend Mila was talking to us and was like, "Rowan's the spooky one, and Jane's the funny one." And then she was like, "And Yuka's the poopy one," because that is her sort of defining characteristic.
Can you give me an example of a poop joke that you would tell?
Well, it's not even a joke per se. My favorite poop question really is would you rather? I love to ask people if they would rather smell like they have pooped their pants, but there's no poop in their pants. They've got a clean slate in there. Or would they rather smell would they rather smell like they have poop in their pants, but they've got no poop in their pants? Or would they rather have poop in their pants all the time, always, but not smell like they pooped their pants?
Okay,
and what is your... Well, I'm going to put this one on you. What do you think?
I mean, I wouldn't want to have shit in my pants all the time. That sounds awful. That sounds like just deeply uncomfortable. And I feel like there would be ways to alleviate the scent.
Okay.
I feel like there's a right answer here. Why? What is the correct? Thank you, Jane. Yuka, what's your take on this then?
I don't know. I just think that it's nice to think about how you would go about the world smelling like poop all the time. Like, have you ever pooped your pants? Like, you can't get rid of that smell. That smell's not coming out. Yeah. It's staying right in there for a while. So I think I would personally choose to have poop in my pants all the time and be able to just saran wrap it or something. You know, I want to keep it all contained.
Fantastic. All right. Well, you're very elegant for a poopy queen. Thank you so much for sharing that. Jane, I think you came back second, so we're going to go with you. What do you have to share with us with the one item that defines your drag persona?
All right, this does a fun story behind it. It's this. So this is one of those sorry, I don't know how directions work on here. This is one of those gym class scooter things that PE teachers give you, and you zoom around on them. And when I was... It might have been my third time ever performing in drag. It was the first time that Eucalypstick and I did bingo together. We used to do bingo together when we were allowed outside. And I did Enya, I did Sail Away as my number. And then at the end, when she just keeps saying Sail Away, I scooted around on this little scooter and I scooted it all the way out the door. And I just think that this scooter, I'm very mobile. I'm a mobile girl. I'm a sprightly girl. Also, it's just funny because it's really small, and I'm quite a large woman, and so every time I use this in a number, I always kind of have this vision of me gracefully scooting off into the sunset, and it last time I fell off and I crushed some my corn chips. So it's mobile, but ultimately a bit of a mess.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I feel like I really get a full picture of who you are as a queen. Jane, when did you start doing drag? What was the moment where you're like, that's going to be me doing drag?
Well, we're coming up on my 1 year anniversary. Hey, June is my 1 year.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I don't know. What did I see that I was really obsessed with drag for a long time, but I didn't want to do it because I thought it was passé. I felt like everybody with every twink with like good bone structure and an Amazon Prime account was like, I'm a drag queen now. So I was like, that's kind of lame.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do it. But then I don't know. I just I was going to a lot of shows, and I was like, I can do this. You know, I can gussy
Yeah.
myself up.
Hell yeah. Well, congrats on your almost 1 year. That's super exciting. And thank you so much for sharing. Rowan, let's move on to you. What do you have? What's your one item that describes you as a queen?
I couldn't find it because my drag closet is a mess, but I grabbed this very quickly because for some reason we all thought it was a race.
That makes sense.
A beautiful garment.
A beautiful garment.
That is very you.
It is very me. I feel like I describe my drag as if Anna May Wong never died and she worked through her trauma and became a rave girl.
Incredible and very specific. Tell me all about this dress. What is that dress from?
It's from Discount Universe, and it's
expensive.
It's hand sequined, and I pre-ordered this and waited like 8 to 9 months for it, and then
wow, yeah. That's amazing.
What
do you wear?
Oh, I wear it too often, maybe.
That's like a signature look. It says, does it say mother on it?
Mm-hmm. It says mother, and it says not for sale at the top.
Oh, hell yeah. Why does it say mother? What's the reasoning behind that? What's that about?
I think it's the earth down here.
Yeah.
It's the
earth. Yeah, and I like the not for sale around the collar. It reminds me to tell people not to touch me.
Yes, we all need.
Oh, and you're really good at
I love it. Let's throw it to the
I'm
chat. People watching in the chat right now, if you can all hold up your items, we're going to have the round 1 voting happen right now. We have the toilet paper poopy queen with Eucalypstick. We have Jane Don't with this fantastic scooter thing that we all remember from 1st grade. And Rowan with this beautiful sequin dress. Do not touch her. Okay. Is that, Rowan, I'm curious, is that like an issue while you're performing? Like people touching you with like crowd control? Does that happen with queens?
Not when I'm performing, because people are usually scared of me when I'm performing. Cool. But when they get drunk enough afterwards and talk to me, they get really handsy.
Interesting. Is that a common thing, Eucalypstick and Jane Don't, like with queens, that people want to like touch you and touch your outfits and things?
All the time.
Yeah.
Or the other thing is like, oh, go Jane, you tell.
Oh, well, I was gonna say I also, because I sometimes have a beard and I don't shave my chest, so sometimes like gay men I think see that and are like, I think that's a signal for me, like, you know, like I want to be betrothed, you know what I mean? Like, so people will grab my chest hair. I had a man grab my chest hair one time in a bar, and I was like, excuse me. Yeah, people just touch you. They want to touch, or your face. They'll try and touch your face.
God.
And
yeah, I mean, you spend so much time. That's horrible. How could they do that? We're gonna move on because we have found the winner. What? Wait, you go ahead. What do they do? Because I noticed you went like this, and now I want to know.
Yeah. Ooh. No, sometimes when people like hug you, like people love to hug you when you're in drag, which is gorgeous. But the rule number 1 of hugging a drag queen is to not like hug their hair. You don't want to get their hair involved. You just want to give a little side hug. That's the way to do it.
Okay. This is good etiquette lessons. Everyone watching, listen up. Do not go in for the bear hug. Do like a cute little, what was that again? Can you do a demonstration for the little like
a little cozy up.
That's all we're doing is just self-hugs these days. There are no more hugs from fans. Sad. We have a winner for round 1, and the winner for round 1 is Miss Rowan Ruthless. Congratulations. With 1 point ahead of the game. Loving it. Everybody loves the dress. Everyone loves the dress, and we're going to move on to our next round. Is everybody ready for round 2? Round 2, beginning in 3, 2, 1. Something that sparkles. Something that sparkles. And hey, you know what? I'm going to play this round with you because I got tons of sparkly shit in my apartment too. I may not be a drag queen, but I've got some style. Hey, look. There's Lindsay. The sparkly thing that I'm going to show all of you today. I have this acrylic box, and it's full of disco balls that I can actually put on for some extra flair, because although I showered today, it wasn't as if I did nearly the amount of work to kind of like prepare myself for what these queens have done. So I'm going to put on this fantastic disco ball. This is shiny, right? This is sparkly. I guess I don't have a ton of sparkly stuff, but I do have this, which is like pretty fun. And I think it actually works nicely. We use it more as like an art piece in our apartment, but I think it kind of works as its own thing. Okay, hello. Everybody's coming back. Fantastic. I tried to play that round too, and all I could find, I don't have tons of sparkly things, but I have these little disco balls. I was feeling like I was dressed down compared to all you ladies, so I'm excited to be part of the group finally. Jane, I think you got back first. The category, to remind everyone, was something that sparkles. Jane, what do you have to share with us?
Okay, so I have something that I actually did myself. So, you know, if you're into self-sufficient women, audience, these are some shoes. I'm just saying, these are the labor of love, baby. These are some little heels. Wow. And I rhinestoned these myself with my hands and a lot of time. And you can tell that I did myself because the craftsmanship is shoddy, bad even. And so, you know, we're missing. The last time I wore these was New Year's, I think, maybe. And all three of us were drunk on a roof. And
you were in pain.
I was in pain. I was really in pain, yeah. Yeah, and we had to go up like a ladder to get on this roof, and I almost fell off the ladder. And it was pretty gnarly. And I believe that that's where some of those rhinestones went. I think they're like buried in our friends.
And we were being attacked by fireworks.
Oh, that was the other thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, some people were shooting fireworks off the top of their roof, and we were in like full. Well, Rowan wasn't in drag, but Yuka and I were in drag, and I was like, I'm literally wearing like a fire trap on my hair. Like these wigs are 75% hairspray. And people were like shooting bottle rockets at us. And I was like, okay, work, cool. Yeah, I guess this was fun. Well, like life was cool while it lasted.
Yeah, totally. In that situation, I'm definitely like the punk on the street firing the bottle rockets. So if that was me, I'm sorry. But I love fireworks. Jane, I'm curious, do you with all of the craftsman work there, like, do you make your own outfits? Are you a crafty queen?
Yeah, well, crafty is one way of saying it. Poor is also one way of saying it. I try to make as much of my stuff as I can. I do sew. I've made something. I've like sewed myself some things. I do all my own hair, or a lot of my own hair. Did this.
Do you think like starting out as a drag queen too, you have to like put in so much effort to just like do all of this on your own instead of buying it?
I mean, well, the thing about drag now is that I think compared to like older queens that I've talked to is that now there's like a whole cottage industry of people who you can go to who will like sew things for you and do your hair and stuff. So you can start drag and not know how to do as much of that stuff, I think, as you used to. But I'm a control freak, and I like being able to control my own like aesthetic.
Yeah, definitely.
As possible. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I like being able to make, and honestly, finding stuff in your size when you're a strapping young lad dressed as a lady is tough.
Yeah, I bet. Well, we love those shoes. They're fantastic. Rowan, let's move on to you. Something that sparkles. What's your stuff?
It was so difficult for me to find. I mean, there's the earrings, and there's the belt. I mean, there's the shoe. Look at that. But you came to cut, not to be lied to. So I'm going to give you a makeup tutorial of the best glittery gorgeousness. It's touch and soul. It's a little eyeshadow thing. This is liquid eyeshadow, and then this is loose glitter, and it's crazy.
It is really good.
And I'm realizing it is really good. I put this on my lips, but it's red. But
Ooh,
it really does sparkle.
It really does sparkle. That's amazing.
Yes.
I love it. Rowan, I'm curious. When did you get into drag? How long have you been doing drag?
I've been doing drag like 3 years now, 3 or 4.
Okay. And do you feel like you? Yeah, go ahead. When did you start?
College in Bellingham because I moved away from Seattle when I was 18 to go to school up in Bellingham, and there's not many things for gay people there besides one bar. So
yeah,
I became a drag queen.
Hell yeah, fantastic. And Rowan, I'm curious, do you feel like you have one item in your closet or one thing that it's like when you put this on, you like become Rowan? Like, is there like a thing where it's like, this is defining me as a queen and like this gets me into the zone?
I don't think it's one thing. I think it's definitely, if I have to choose one thing, it's the makeup, but also I haven't done drag in so long without wearing a corset. So that.
You all nodded.
Yeah.
Do you all wear corsets? Is that a thing that you've all worn?
Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
Okay, what does a corset feel like? Because I've never done that before. Is it
I
so
gave
painful?
Yuka and Jane my old corsets.
Yeah,
she did. Yeah, this corset is Rowan's. That's so true. And
is it really painful?
Not really.
Okay.
No, it's not painful. It does make you gassy when you're chugging alcohol. I'll tell you that. I'm getting really burpy. Yeah, it's not. They can start to hurt at like the end of the night.
Okay. Okay.
Like
I'm not gonna do that anytime soon. I'm just kind of curious.
If you're gonna, this is a trick that Rowan taught me. Thank you, sister. Well, not a trick, but a thing is, if you're gonna get a corset or you're gonna wear a corset, just like splurge on a nicer one because the cheap ones, those really hurt. Those hurt way more.
Yeah.
Nice ones don't hurt.
Okay, you heard it here first. Buy the nice corset, everybody. Thank you so much, Rowan, for all of these sparkly items and for the fantastic tutorial. Yuka, we're gonna move on to you. Show me something that sparkles, please.
All right. Well, I had a lot of sparkly items to choose from as a drag queen, but I chose something that like it doesn't quite. You can probably hear it in the background. It's rustling. It doesn't quite sparkle in the same way that the other girls do. It is it's my favorite dress that I have. It's a pom-pom dress. And it's made out of all these little pom-poms. And it does sparkle if you look at it close enough and squint.
It does. It's also the heaviest thing I've ever carried.
It's so heavy. I don't think I've ever sweat as much as when I wear this fucking dress. Oh.
Also,
fantastic.
Can you describe the look that you bought that dress for? Because I have a distinct memory of you, like early Eucalypstick. Rough and ready Eucalypstick in that look. Can you describe for us what she looked like?
I can tell you a little something. Well, so it's a fun story. I didn't actually buy that dress. I took it from a straight man who made it for a Halloween party. He sweetest boy, sweetest guy. He like went to UW and took all of their pom-poms and like collected them all after a game. And then he glued them all onto a t-shirt and wore it to a Halloween party. And that was his look for the Halloween party. He was a pom-pom. And I said, I don't think it's right for a straight man to have this garment. I don't think it's right for the world. I think a drag queen really needs to have it. So I took it from him and I incorporated it in. I incorporated into a number that I had planned about beats. So it's my costume when I do my beats number, and it's also my costume when I do any type of bird look. It's a little bird outfit. It's really versatile.
Yeah,
it's a versatile situation.
Of course. I love that you took that pom-pom thing from that man. I think that's fantastic. We're gonna move into the vote. people watching, please vote for your favorite queen for this round. Remember, we had Jane with these fantastic shoes. We have Rowan over here with a makeup tutorial and just kind of glitter all around. And we have Eucalypstick up top with the fantastic pom-pom dress and the story about, you know, kind of like redistributing the pom-poms in the city of Seattle, which is like something that has been an issue that has plagued the city. The straight men have been holding all of the poms. Yes.
You'd be surprised how much drag you could get from men.
So
interesting.
much.
Wait, what do you mean? Like what? What do you like? What other items? Like what?
She's gotten heels from people. She's got
and those. And here's the thing: she got the heels, but then the heels did us all dirty because she was one time we were after a show. She was wearing these shoes that she got from a man, just like a man, to give faulty shoes, and she I don't know, and she broke one of them. She broke the heel.
I didn't break them. The heel broke itself.
The heel broke.
Well, the heel broke, and Yuka was drunk. And
okay, I was a little bit drunk, but the fact that the heel broke made me look like I was extremely drunk, like blackout drunk, because I was hopping along. We were walking like all across town, and I only had one shoe on.
Being like,
well, you know what, Yuka, you
asking if you were okay. They saw us.
Yeah, I had check-ins.
You may have looked really drunk that night, but you know what you look like tonight? A winner. You just won round 2. Congratulations. All right, ladies, we're going to move on to the next round here. The next round begins in 3, 2, 1. Astrology. Astrology. Go find something related to astrology. I'm going to find something related to astrology. I think I should have that in our apartment somewhere. You know what I'm going to bring? You know what I found? I found these freaking tarot cards that my girlfriend has that we've never used. Because you know what? I'm going to say it. I don't believe in astrology. And this looks astrology.
Whoa.
I'm going to take this thing off. I know.
Oh, God. Brave.
I'm going to...
I think you can interpret it me, eh?
Oh my goodness. All right. The episode, this is going to be the tone of the episode. The Fool? What is that? I don't know what that means. What is astrology? It feels like it's a market share. It feels like it's an industry. Okay. I probably just got a lot of people to like log off because I was talking shit on astrology. But I just don't know. Ladies, what do we think? Are we into astrology? Is that a thing? Do you guys all have the app?
I thought I was.
App that I have that sends me cryptic messages. CoStar. My CoStar sends me messages that are very specific to my life that feel like an attack. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
I think that if you're gay and you live in Seattle, there's like, you know what I mean? You almost have to kind of be into astrology a little bit.
I know. It's like a struggle that I face.
And if you went to a bar and you said, I'm not into it, like a gay bar, and you said, I'm not into astrology, like, you know, people would throw hands.
What's your sign? What's your chart? I think there's a reason you don't like astrology.
Really? I think it's maybe because I'm from the East Coast.
You know
I'm Virgo. I'm a Virgo and I'm a Leo rising. But this show isn't about me. It's about you ladies and your stuff. Let's start here with Rowan. Rowan, please show me something related to astrology.
I struggled so much with this. At the last second, I found a little crystal selenite wand. You know, clearing the energy. We're clearing with good intentions. Ooh. For clearing. It's good for the jaw too. Real good.
Is that a thing? A wand? Is that like a thing related to astrology? Okay, because you could say anything right now and I'd be like, okay,
we're banishing.
That checks out.
I'm gonna spin it around and you're gonna be the greatest Virgo you can be.
Thank you so much, Rowan. I really appreciate that. Yuka, let's move on to you. What do you have for astrology to show us?
Well, I went pretty literal. I have a little magnet that talks about, I don't know if you can even see it. I don't know, how do those beauty blinders do it? Can you see? Oh, you can see it a little bit. There we go. Yeah, it talks about your sun signs. It's a magnet. My old housemate had it on our fridge, and I stole it from them. So it's cute, and it's astrology related because it talks about your sun signs. So I'm a Sagittarius. So it says that I am straightforward, honest, and intelligent. However, it also tells me that I'm restless, tactless, superficial, and irresponsible, which honestly, those all track. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
So
they got you, gal.
Okay.
It really did.
1 point. 1 point for astrology being real. I'll believe it. Thank you so much, Eucalypstick. And Jane, let's move on to you. What do you have for astrology for me?
Okay. So, I went a little bit more expansive, and I have Buckland's Complete Book of Witchcraft.
Whose book is that?
By Raymond Buckland. Oh, Mama, it's mine, honey. Honey, it belongs to me. It's actually one of several spell books that I have.
Wow.
So here's the deal. Well, when I was really little, when I was little, I was really into like the occult and supernatural things. I wanted to be a cryptozoologist at one point when I grew up, until I realized that is not an actual occupation. But so I was really into the occult, and I still kind of am into the occult. But like, again, I'm gay in Seattle, so like, now I'm just gay in Seattle. Same thing. And but the fun part about this book is that my very Christian, not very Christian, but my Christian friend who works at a church, bought this for me for my 25th birthday, and was very freaked out by it. Good friend. She bought it for me, and she was like, I think that you'll like this, but I really hate it. Because there's like diagrams of, let me see if I can find some of the freaky diagrams in here. There's like a sex magic portion. Ooh. sorry for the teens watching. Things are about to get wild.
Teens should know about sex magic. I'm sorry I said it. They should know.
We need sex magic education in this country. But so I can't find the sex magic pictures, but I'll show you later. But she wrote, happy 25th. I love you always. Please do not use everything in here. It is scary. In the little dedication.
That's a good gift. That's a good gift.
Yeah, it's the sort of the standard like witch manual, I guess, if you're like a witch.
Cool. I'm pro witch. I love the witches. Thank you for your service. Before we take it to the chat, I'm gonna have all of you share your sign, because everyone in the chat right now is talking about their signs. Jane, what's your sign?
I am a Pisces sun, a Capricorn rising, and a Capricorn moon. So I cry a lot, but I get a lot done.
Somebody's bound to know what that means. Rowan, what's your sign?
I didn't know we're doing the full passport, but I'm a Gemini sun, a Leo moon, and a Cancer rising.
Cool. Yuko, how about you?
I'm a Sagittarius sun, Sagittarius moon, and a Cancer rising as well.
Cool. And my name is Claire. Let's take it to the vote, everybody. Everybody, please vote for your favorite queen and their best astrology objects. If something spooky happens to me because I was talking shit on astrology, we all know why. I feel like I put out my energy that I was like, I don't believe in astrology, and now I think I might get struck by lightning or something. I think that's how it works. So everybody, please vote for your favorite queen and the best astrological object. Rowan had the wand, Eucalypstick had the fantastic magnet that's very educational, and Jane had this spooky little witch book telling you all about sex magic. So a Gemini, I've been told, is this month. Rowan, do you have a birthday coming up?
I do. It's Naomi Campbell's birthday today.
Oh my gosh, cool. Fantastic. I love
more important.
I mean, more important. Okay, fantastic. Thank you for letting everybody know that. We have a winner. The astrological winner for this round is Jane. Congratulations,
What?
Jane. The teens love sex magic, baby. All right, we're going to move on to our next category. Is everybody ready?
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, fantastic. The next category begins in 3, 2, 1. A memento from your favorite place to perform.
Aww.
Your favorite place to perform. We're gonna learn all about the drag venues in Seattle, folks. Your favorite place to perform. I love, Rowan, that you just have this bookshelf just at the ready. It's fantastic.
I
love it. I love it. It's like, do you have little tinctures in there?
We have.
Is there another one? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Will smell good.
Fantastic.
Oh, perfect. Great.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you.
I'm afraid. A candle.
And a real apothecary over here.
Brow gel.
Got it all.
Fantastic. All right, our queens are back. Let's cut the music. Everyone is back. And they are telling me about a memento that they brought from their favorite place to perform. Let's begin. Rowan, you had that very easily. Like, I don't even think you had to get up from your seat. Firstly, Rowan, like, what is your favorite place to perform in Seattle, and what is the memento that you have?
Favorite place, hands down to perform at is Pony, because one, I could walk there. Two,
and explain what Pony is, like, for people who might not know also.
Pony is the gay bar in Seattle. There's no other gay bar. Just kidding, there is. But Pony is based off of gay bars from like San Francisco and New York in the like 60s and 70s. So it's really of that aesthetic. And I feel like it's neutral ground for everybody. Every gay person goes there. They're like, oh, me, a Pony.
Cool. And what's the memento you have to share with us?
I have a picture of me and Jane from the photo booth.
Oh, do you want to know something crazy? I have a picture of us right here too.
Oh,
cute. Yeah.
Can I see the picture that you have, Jane? Do you have it right there?
Picture.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a different night. Different night.
Yeah. What's yours, Rowan?
It's the night you DJ'd Queen for Queen.
Oh, that's really beautiful. Yeah. What do you miss, Rowan? What do you miss most about live performance?
Is it bad to say money?
No, that's real. Are you like? Go ahead.
Yeah, money and people.
Yeah. Do you find that, like, moving on to doing some of these online drag things, are you still making any amount of money doing that, or like what's the disparity like there?
Very grateful that it is in the ballpark still.
Okay, that's amazing. I'm happy to hear that too.
Yeah.
Cool. How expensive is it to be a drag queen, would you say? Is this an expensive thing to do from any of you?
Yeah, it's expensive.
What makes it so expensive?
Wigs.
Yeah.
Is that
wigs and
that's
outfits.
like the number one most expensive thing? Like wigs comes to mind, you think?
I mean, look at the architecture Yuka's wearing.
God, I just picked this one up today,
incredible.
And it was a pretty penny, but it was worth every penny. Oh, look at that!
It's so good. Do you mind telling me, like, ballpark, like, around how much a wig costs, like something like that, Yuka?
Yeah, this one, for the actual wigs and the styling, it was $180, which is like a reasonable amount for, it's a double stack, so there are 2 wigs in this wig, and it's just like, it's got a whole lot of hairspray in there and a whole lot of technique and detail. My gal Kara Sutra did it for me, and it's yeah, I mean, it's worth it. It's worth every penny for me, because they last.
Yeah, it's stunning.
If you like take care of them. Yeah.
It's very good. Fantastic. Well, Rowan, thank you so much for showing that photo from Pony. That's really, really sweet. Let's move it to the other girl in the photograph. Jane, what do you have here for the memento from your favorite place to perform?
Okay, so I also love performing at Pony. That is one of my favorite places. I don't actually have a lot of places I don't like performing, really, but I probably like my home bar. I think all of our kind of home bar is a club called Creme Work, which is also like like a an electronic club as well. They do a lot of like DJ shows and stuff, but they do a lot of drag. And I think at this point most queens in the city are probably indebted to that place in one way or another. Like I think it's this like generation of drag queens I think is very informed by the drag that happens there. And so this is actually funny too, because it's not even anybody who lives here. We found it when we moved in, but I have a poster from Coochie's Spooky Weed. I don't know how directions are. Coochie's Spooky Weed, which is a show that happens usually on 420 and Halloween, and it's hosted by a drag queen named Coochie Banaka. Hence, yeah, it's always a weird show. Rowan and I were actually supposed to do it this 420, and then obviously, Miss Rona said, she had other ideas. But yeah, we found this when this one was starring,
cool.
I'll give you some names for the girls at home. This one was starring Aphasia, OG, Arseniki, Betty Wetter, Butalino Kipple, Jade Dynasty, Miss Texas, 1988, who currently lives with me, and Old Witch.
Yeah, fantastic. Right, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm curious, Jane, so you mentioned this club Creme Work, and you were saying like some of the new queens have been indebted to that place. What makes that place different from other clubs, you think?
Well, I mean, I think that like I think anymore, most queens probably kind of perform all over the place. The like membranes between like what's acceptable at what club are pretty thin anymore. Our place is kind of the more sort of has like the biggest show in town that Flashes, and it's kind of maybe more quote unquote like traditional. And Creme Work is kind of, to me, the sort of like epicenter of like alternative drag in the city. So Coochie Banaka, Coochie Spooky Weed fame. She does another show there every month called Coochie's Critter Barn that I think has like that show and that club, I think, have really pretty much informed the drag of almost every queen I think has started drag in Seattle in the past like 2 to 3 years. Like it casts a very long shadow. I just don't think if you're doing drag, you can like do it without being pretty informed by that show. I think like the queens that have come out of there have their own shows now too. Like it's this whole like multiplying thing, and like I think that show made alternative drag cool and good, and now you're seeing the queens from that show perform at like more quote unquote like mainstream clubs, which is cool. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, fantastic. Let's move on over to Yuka. What do you have here?
Well, I started doing drag a while ago, just like doing different shows here and there. But then I talked to some people at this restaurant called Bait Shop in Seattle, and they were down for me to host like a drag race viewing party. So I have the first poster from when we did our drag race viewing party. Yeah. And at the finale, they gave me this beautiful stoned frame and the poster inside. So I have it hanging in my kitchen, but I pulled it off for you all today. But yeah, I mean, Bait Shop is just such a special place because it's a bar that's, I mean, I love performing at the queer bars in town and the queer venues, but Bait Shop is like kind of a cool space for everyone. Like the straights go there, the queers go there, and they have, you know what, they have good chicken sandwiches, and that's all we can ask for.
They got really good chicken sandwiches.
That is all you can ask for. Good. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let's move it to the voting, please. We're going to move this thing right along. Ladies, if you can please all lift up your items that are a memento from the favorite place to perform. The bars are Pony, Creme Work, and Bait Shop. Fantastic venues here in Seattle. Let's see which queen we have here. We have kind of Rowan with his personal photo. We have Jane over here with this fantastic Coochie poster, and Yuka up top with the classic drag race viewing party. Framed. I love that frame too. It's so good.
Isn't it fun? Oh.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. All right,
also
let's see. Please vote.
I know, yeah, it is very vintage. You can see my mustache.
It's really,
there.
really good.
Mm-hmm.
So good. So good. Was that like a different dress? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm hearing from my director that it's a three-way tie. It's a three-way tie, ladies, which means we have a tiebreaker. We have a tiebreaker, folks. And you know what that tiebreaker is? I'm going to give you all 20 seconds to prepare for this next surprise category. And bam, here's the category. Celebrity impression. Celebrity impression. You have 20 seconds. 20 seconds to just like get into the mode. And then we're going to throw it to all of you to give me your best celeb impression. The people want to know. We want to hear voices. We want to see moods. We got to see the whole persona. All right, let's see what we got. Rowan has left. She's maybe getting props. Maybe a costume? I don't know, but she better get her ass back because I'm gonna need to see some celebrity impressions ASAP. All right, the time is up. Okay, Miss Rowan, we're gonna start with you. We're absolutely going to start with you. Let's see that celebrity impression for the tiebreaker, please.
Can I preface it?
Yes, sure.
Greatest movie, probably greatest movie of all time. Spy Trio. No. What was the line? I'm so bad at impressions. No! That's it. Oh, no, wait. Your methodology are antiquated and weak. Your procedures of approval ensure that only the least radical ideas are accepted. Damn it!
Rowan, you're done. You're done. We're moving on. Yuka, let me see a celebrity impression, please.
Okay, I'm going to give you a little Jennifer Coolidge. Oh, Al, you look like the 4th of July. Makes me want a hot dog real bad. Oh. Sorry for you. We have a lot in common. We both like soup.
Yes, that was good. That was good. Instantly recognizable. That's from Legally Blonde. We all know. We all love. Jane, what's your celeb impression, please?
Okay, so I'm gonna set the scene. Pretend I'm looking at a questionable garment. Celeste, I have to be honest, I am worried about you. I just don't know if the judges will like this Gunny Sacks goes to Studio 54 dress. Andre, has anybody seen Andre? All right, I'll get back to you. All right, I'm excited to see what you present. That's Tim Gunn.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Excellent. Okay, we are moving to the chat here. Let's see who won that tiebreaker between Rowan, Yuka, and Jane.
I'm sorry, Lucy Lou. I'm so sorry, Lucy Lou.
Rowan, what happened? You had the whole outfit? You were ready to go?
I did. I was ready to go. And then the words were just like, no. I have that monologue memorized, though.
Yeah, we all do. Listen, don't have to tell me twice.
I can lip sync it, Yuka. I can lip sync it.
I know you can. I'm teasing.
Okay, and it looks like Jane takes the point with the Tim Gunn. Fantastic. But it was very close. Yeah. It was a very close vote. So Jane, don't get too cocky. All right, we're going to move on to this next category, everybody. Are we ready? The next category before the finale begins in 3, 2, 1. Something you always lose. Something you always lose. What do you lose? See, now this is an interesting one because you can take it a few ways. You can think of something you always lose like something you forget or that falls out of your purse or that you leave behind. Or it could be something that, is more of an emotional loss, perhaps. Maybe a love, a memory, your virginity, I don't know, something that can be lost. What is something that you always lose? I'm trying to think of something that I frequently lose. I think I just put my keys and my phone at inconvenient places all the time, even though I'm only ever in my house. All right, our queens are back. That was easy. All right, ladies. Something you always lose was the category. For anyone just joining us, you're watching Get Stuff, and this is our live quarantine safe scavenger hunt. We have three fantastic drag queens with us here on the show, and I have asked them to all find something that they always lose. Jane, the hell are you talking to, and what do you always lose? You're up.
Well, so here's the real tea. I live with two other drag queens and Seattle award-winning stage kitten of the year. It's an illustrious household. So they're sitting on the couch watching me and yelling things at me. But more importantly, what I always lose are my Capezio tights. These are my so when you're padding, when you're trying to get that gorgeous silhouette, you have foam hip pads, and then you put them into a set of tights, and then you usually put 2 more, 3 more tights over the top. And
so you wear several layers of tights when you perform.
Yeah, so you're usually wearing 3 or 4 pairs of dance tights too. Not Forever 21, mama. These are hardcore. These are the tank of tights. And every time I come home from a drag gig, I'm either drunk, or tired, or both. And I often have to go to bed right away because I have to wake up for work in the morning. So I just rip them off of my body and kind of throw them asunder. And I can never find them when I'm getting ready. So I'm always 15 minutes before I need to be heading out the door. I'm running around my room looking in a box of shit I haven't unpacked since when I moved in, trying to find these pairs of Capezio tights. Some of them have I spilled nail polish on one pair, so I have to layer it on the bottom. It can't be on the top. But sometimes I don't notice. And so mama, these girls
Capezio tights.
wild.
Capezio sounds like a beautiful name for a young girl also, right? Like a young Italian girl. Little Capezio.
She's a ballerina.
Yeah,
A woman of the
I
old
like
country.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I'm really into that. Cool. I just learned something really new, which is that you wear many pairs of tights. That sounds like hell. Rowan, let's move on to you. What do you have? The something that you always lose.
There's quite a few things I always lose. It's either these gloves, my tucking panties, or my taser.
Ooh, yeah.
Are you ready for it?
Tase it. Tase it. Yes.
I have to call foul here though, because you are never without that taser.
Because I
When
have
have
so
you ever
many.
lost it?
Because I have so many.
I think my favorite memory of Rowan is the first time that we performed together. We were backstage, and she opened up a briefcase and she said, "Hey Yuka, do you want a taser?" And she just handed me one. She just threw me a taser randomly.
It's just
I
a
do
party
like
favor,
to
sure.
I do like to give the dolls tasers when we walk home.
I'm so grateful.
That's excellent.
I love my taser.
Pro tase. Wow. So you have two. You just had 2 tasers. It seems like you wouldn't want to lose that.
Oh
it
no.
Seems like something you. Yeah, right. You wouldn't want to have that laying around. Have you ever had to use it on somebody?
Close one time, but I walk fast.
Hell yeah.
We're
Walk fast
fine.
and carry a tase. We love it. Fantastic. The pyrotechnics were excellent. Yuka, let's move on to you. What's the thing you always lose?
Well, I went a little bit more abstract with mine. So I'd like to have a quick moment of silence. We have a relic here. This is, I don't know if you can read it. This is my dignity. R.I.P.
Yes.
She gets lost. Most times I go out to play. And she keeps me company sometimes, but I do often lose her. I lose my dignity frequently. So this is this is what
You
I
gotta have
recommend.
it to lose it. You gotta have
wig
it to
on
lose
your
it.
dignity. Yes, so true.
Well,
I'm so into it.
She's got to be fresh and ready for the fellas.
Yeah.
I do
She's
just
a
wanna
friend.
say,
I really
though,
like her.
This is another one of those things though, like Rowan's taser, where I've never seen you actually without that skull. You always know where she is. That is a lie. You
I
always
do.
know where she is.
I keep her around because during quarantine, I've got nothing else besides my robot vacuum to keep me company. So I've got to keep this around to feel like I have.
All right, we're moving it to the vote. We're moving it to the vote,
yeah.
everyone. We have 3 really good items. I feel like this is maybe the best category we've had. Eucalypstick had this fantastic skull of her dignity. I love the symbolic representation. Rowan with the double taser, which is just fucking cool. And Jane
Make the right choice, chat.
Jane Don't with these pairs of tights, these old world Italian tights. What are we going to have here? We're learning so much about these queens. Who is it going to be? Rock the vote and vote the rock. Who will take home the gold? I know who has the gold, and the winner is Rowan because everyone loves tasers. Everyone loves them.
And it's
bitch. Oh my god, be careful. If you tase yourself on live television, don't do that. Don't do that. Ladies, we're going to move on to our finale. We're going to move on to our final round. You're going to have 2 full minutes in order to transform yourself into this final thing. Let's get like a little recap of the score here. I'm going to have my director tell me who's in the lead. But the thing about the final round is that this is a cumulative thing. The people in the chat are simply going to vote for who they think the best queen was over the entire course of the game. The finale will influence this, but it's really whoever takes the most jelly beans home in this final round is going to win the whole thing. Jane has 2 points. Rowan has 2 points. Eucalypstick has 1 point. We're going to see what we have here. We're going to see who wins this whole thing in the final round. Are you all ready?
Let's do it.
Yes.
The finale begins in 3, 2, 1. Become one of the Spice Girls. Become one of the Spice Girls. Let's see what we have. We all know the Spice Girls. There's Sweetie Spice, Scary Spice, Freaky Spice, Deceitful Spice, Salty Spice, Grown-Ass Spice, Scary, Sporty, Bitchy Spice, Anemic Spice. That's a Spice Girl people don't know about frequently. Illiterate Spice. That's a Spice Girl who can't read. I don't know. The Spice Girl who has a golden arm. That's one that they're kind of entering for the new ceremony. We've got a lot of different Spice Girls. I'm pretty sure there are upwards of 55 Spice Girls in the world, which is a fact that most people refuse to believe. We're gonna come back and we're gonna have 3 fantastic Spice Girls, and they're stars of the perfect film, Spice World. We've got Scary Spice, Ginger Spice, Posh Spice, Allergic Spice, Freaky Spice, Virgin Spice, and there's that music! Woo! We got Spice Girls! And they're coming over to my house, everybody! We've got 3 fantastic Spice Girls. We have 1 minute. We have 1 more minute. Please, go and adorn yourself as a Spice Girl. Were you into the Spice Girls? You, watching this show, were you born at an age where you could be into the Spice Girls? Because it was kind of the golden era of girl groups, if you ask me, for all of these super spicy girls. Some things that we learned over the course of this Get Stuff episode. Hug a queen gently, don't touch the hair or face, invest in a nice corset, wigs are hella expensive, layer tights. I hear a lot of laughter, and I think we might be coming back to 3 fantastic Spice Girls, and I'm gonna ask them to tell me all about their favorite kind of spice. And for the record, I loved the Spice Girls. I was very into the Spice Girls. We're just waiting on our final queens here to show us what kind of Spice Girl energy they have. And if you haven't seen the film Spice World, are you really a cinephile? Check it out. Check out Spice World, because damn is that a good movie. Dang is that good. All right. I think I hear the sound of some spicy girls, and we're back! Okay. I'm excited. We're just waiting for Rowan to take a seat, and then I'm going to have all of you introduce. I feel like I see a baby. I feel like I maybe see a Posh. I'm just excited to kind of be introduced to all of these fantastic Spice Girls. Yuka, let's start up top with you. Please introduce me to you as a Spice Girl.
Well, I'm so glad you asked. Okay, so I was born in 1995, so I feel like I was just a little bit after the Spice Girl era.
Cool.
But
no brag. Love it.
Well, thank you. But I did go with Scary Spice only because I think that she would probably wear black, and I do know for a fact that these shoes, and I will show you, these shoes are Scary Spice shoes.
Wow. Yes.
Oh.
I will say that Scary Spice like famously wore leopard print, but I do feel like you're getting a scary. It's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. You're doing great. You're doing great, Scary. Scary Spice.
Spooky.
It's good. Also, like Ginger Spice wore the British flag, so you're wearing Ginger's shoes and kind of like the. No, I love it. I love it. You're doing good.
Like,
you're doing really good. You look like Audrey Hepburn. Yes, yes. You're simply too young. You are spicy and scary.
Audrey Hepburn. And Audrey Hepburn has famously been compared to Scary Spice.
There we go. I love the connection. Thank you, Jane. Jane, let's move on to you. Please introduce me to your Spice persona.
Hello. So I did Baby Spice. The reason being that I have this really awful blonde wig that lives on my wall. She has never come off my wall. I bought her at a garage sale.
You got a binder clip?
Well, so here's the
that's my favorite part.
I planned this whole outfit around this wig. I was like, yes, bitch, I have this wig. I'm ready to go. And this wig has little pigtails, very baby, and you can take them out, right? Wow, special effects. So, and I was like, yeah, cool. I got this wig. I got my like blue dress on, all that. Come to find out, somebody stole this other pigtail. I don't know where she went. I'm missing a clip-in pigtail. So I wanted to show the viewing public, that I'm a skilled craftswoman. And so I made do. So she has she's got a binder clip piggy. But I think she looks sickening. I think I look fierce. I would not wear this out of the house, but we're not allowed to leave the house, so.
Baby Spice with a couple Vicodin. I'm into it. I think you've really nailed a new look. Rowan, let's move on to you. Please introduce me to your Spice.
Hello, I'm too committed to fashion to smile. My husband is David Beckham. I have my own fashion line.
We're doing celebrity impersonations now.
Oh, celebrity impersonations now.
She can remember these words.
Yes, I can remember these words. I'm Posh Spice.
Okay, Posh. Yes, of course. This is a really good Posh Spice look. Rowan, were you into the Spice Girls?
I like the names.
Yes, we all
They're
did,
fun.
Of course.
They're
the
fun
little
names.
Gucci dress. I love it. It's perfect. Fantastic. We've got Posh, we've got Baby, we've got Scary. Yuko, what were you going to say?
I wasn't going to say anything.
I was gonna say Rowan should wear this hair more often. That's what I was gonna say. I love it.
Really good.
I love this hair.
It's really, really good.
It looks like you're being indignant at it, like a Chipotle. You know what I mean? you have some thoughts.
Even though it's extra, you can just put it on.
Yeah.
So good. It's so good. All right, we're moving it to the vote, everybody. And remember, this is for all of the jelly beans. This is for the grand cash prize. We're determining which of our 3 drag queens here win all of Get Stuff. So don't just judge them for their Scary, Baby, and Posh personas. Judge them for the entire game. What do you have here? Who's going to win Get Stuff? And remember, the queen who wins takes home a $100 cash prize, which we could all use during quarantine because everyone's broke. So vote for the best queen. Vote, please. We've got Jane Don't. We've got Eucalypstick. We've got Rowan Ruthless. Who's going to win this week's episode of Get Stuff? Fame and glory. They're serving so many looks right now. I'm so impressed. Who are we going to have here? Who are we going to have? If this just happened for another 10 minutes, it's so close. I've been told that the chat is very conflicted, and it's a very, very, very crazy close round. Perhaps the closest one we've ever had in the history of Get Stuff. It's a fight out there. It's Ruthless in the chat.
Woo!
Who is going to take home the gold?
Did you say Ruthless?
Keep posing. I sure did. It's really everybody. You just have to keep serving these looks. You can't stop. You can't stop. Okay. Okay. We have a winner. Ladies, we have a winner. The winner of Get Stuff and of the whole game is Miss Rowan Ruthless. Congratulations! Excellent, excellent. Very, very well done. Rowan, congratulations. You did such a good job. I'm really proud of you. Ladies, it's the closest it's ever been. Thank you all for participating. You guys were all fabulous. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You did great. You did great.
I'm so glad I got to see my sisters.
Yay!